Hello everyone and welcome to a new vlog about starting this small sustainable knitting business. Today I just want to take you along to whatever happens next, organizing the rest of my wool and starting some new projects maybe. So let's get started. So the last time you saw that I tried to put all of my new wool in that one drawer, we made space for the wool, and I'm gonna link you the video so that you can watch it if you're interested. But I ended up realizing that just not everything is going to fit in there. And to save some space from the wool in all of these plastic bags that I got, I'm just gonna make proper skeins out of it. And I think they will be much smaller, and hopefully all of the wool will fit into this basket, like all of the wool that did not fit into the drawer. Now last time when I opened up the package, I saw that some of the wool was already made into something, a start of something, and now by unpacking these plastic bags I saw that somebody started a sweater or something. I don't mind, and I think that's also the beautiful part about getting secondhand wool. I want to tell you that I pay a lot of attention to not just buying wool on these secondhand platforms that somebody's reselling or trying to make a huge profit. That is not material that is bought to then sell again, but it's actually just wool that somebody does not want anymore. So it worked out. All the wool is in my basket, and right now we have wool here in that one drawer and the rest is in the basket. So it's the next day and I wanted to show you something. So I really thought that these 300 grams of wool would be enough, but it was enough for this. And I thought yes, of course you can do a cropped style or something, but this, yeah, it's just too cropped. It's just, I don't think it works. The only idea I had would be ripping it back completely and then starting again from scratch, doing something else with this yarn. But the other idea I had to just have a different color here and make it, let's take it off again, and just make it make this the top half maybe, and work for the same size again, so that it would have double the length and go until here, but just with a different color. And it's gonna be a pain in the ass to open this up again, because this this finish is really tedious to do, and to undo I think it's even worse. But I mean, if it doesn't work, if that's just something you cannot wear, then that's the only thing I can do. And of course, I talked about pricing last time as well. And yeah, that's just something that I will just not be paid for things, for these 20 hours or maybe 30 hours now that I've spent on this, that will go to waste if I need to unravel it completely. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to show you as well, because that's part of it. I use my designs for things I sell because I am not allowed, and I also don't want to use designs from other designers, because they offer these designs for you to knit something for yourself and not to knit something to sell. And yeah, developing new designs is challenging, and here it wasn't even really the design, but just the wool. But so for the next project, I'd really like to do something that is less frustrating, or that has not the same potential to go wrong. And so I thought about maybe a scarf, but we'll see. I want to pick the right color for a scarf, because I want to use wool where I don't have enough for a sweater and where I don't have like another project in mind. I think I'm gonna attempt like making a scarf out of this, and this is 200 grams. And I'm not sure, I'm not very like used to calculate the amount of yarn I'm gonna need for a project. But for a scarf, it's maybe a bit less important if it's like 10 centimeters longer or shorter. So we'll attempt it and see if it works. You know that I said that I wanted a project that is less frustrating, right? And therefore I decided on a scarf because that's just super easy. There's no real pattern. You just have a certain amount of stitches and knit it up. But I run into a problem that I really didn't see coming. This wool is like falling apart. It has holes and I'm trying to show it to you. Maybe you can see it here. And there were just multiple of these things where the wool would just break, where I just couldn't continue knitting, or like I had to start again. And it's like, this is like 10 pieces. And so I just decided on like not continuing on this one, but starting another one. But then I looked closely at them and realized that all of them have it. I don't know. I don't want to like have too many loose ends. And I definitely don't want to like knit it up when it's almost like falling apart, because then it's like just not good quality. I think this scarf is amazing. It's stretchy, it's simple, it's beautiful, but that's really annoying. And I'm sure they didn't do it on purpose or anything. Most definitely was an animal and not a person. I just hope there will be enough wool like this. But I think you understand why I think that's annoying and why I'm a bit frustrated, even though I want to have a project that is not frustrating me, but that's just like the next thing that is not turning out perfect or not as I want. But I guess that's also a normal part of this. Finishing up this scarf that I've shown you, I have knitted just everything that was possible without like moving into the parts where the skeins were like destroyed kind of. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but I think it's long enough like this. It's just like it's like not a long scarf, yes, but it's just like the small version of this scarf, and I think it's a beautiful basic scarf. I could make this scarf, of course, in different kinds of like yarns, and also just in different lengths. Or you can just tell me how long it should be. Another thing I wanted to talk about is a package. Like this vlog is just all the things that don't go as well and are a bit hard with starting this business. There's one package of black wool that I have like bought 2 weeks ago, and the person already said that it's gonna take a bit longer to send it. But then after like a week or so, I asked her like all the other packages have arrived that were sent at a similar point in time. Only the one I bought from you isn't here yet. And then she said, oh no, I sent it, and she also like sent me a picture, a screenshot or like a picture of the receipt she got when she sent it. Now this was just like a small package, and they cannot be tracked in Germany. Like you can track the normal packages, but the small ones you can't track, and unfortunately it's the small ones, so you cannot track it, and it hasn't arrived until now. more ends. It's really not my favorite part, but it needs to get done to finish these pieces. By the way, thank you to all of you who watched my first video on like this knitting business. And there's one thing that people said repeatedly in the comments, and that is that they would buy socks. So the wool I bought until now is 100% wool, and that is also kind of what I want to make the most products out of. I also will make projects that are vegan, using cotton, for example. And if you're vegan and you really want to have something made out of synthetics, you can, of course, contact me and we will find a solution. And that's a perfectly fine way to like use some acrylic that somebody else really doesn't want to have anymore. The scarf is done. I think it is beautiful. I'll show you like the texture. It's a ribbed scarf, so it's pretty like flexible, and it's very minimal and simple. I also think the color is beautiful. Yeah, let me know what you think. But back to the socks. It has to do with synthetic fibers as well, because if I make socks out of 100% wool, and I've done that in the past, yes, they are very warm and cozy, sometimes a bit scratchy, but they will have holes like very, very fast. What you can do, of course, is only wear your socks to bed, or if you're on your couch, then that's fine. The performance of like woolen socks get better if you mix in a little bit of synthetics. Actually, I have to buy sock yarn, but sock yarn, for some weird reason, is almost more expensive than like 100% wool yarn. At least all the people try to sell it for more money secondhand, and so I haven't bought sock yarn, even though I really need it for myself. Like my boyfriend needs socks, I need new socks, I think my son wants new socks. I really need to buy sock yarn. But if you're interested in that, let me know down below in the comments. Then of course I'm willing to make socks out of like this mixed fiber. I just don't want to, like, I cannot guarantee for a good sock if I don't use sock yarn. And this is all the yarn that's like left from the scarf, but it's like in small pieces. And I've started, like, as you could see, I just weaved in the ends and I cut off all the ends, and that's like the yarn from the ends. And I think I have to like throw that away because it's just super small, tiny pieces. But I am collecting like yarn pieces that are a bit longer, so I can make a bowl with like just knotting them together, and then I'll collect it, and in the end this is gonna hopefully turn out to be a beautiful scraps project, just out of teeny tiny scraps collected over months, but in the end it will be a really special thing. And now I really feel like knitting a sweater. But I've just had this unique construction in my head that I really want to try out, because in my mind it really works well. It's gonna turn out into a beautiful sweater. But it could be that if I'm knitting it up, I'm realizing that it doesn't work. It doesn't work the way I imagined it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna pick out some yarn. I said on Instagram that I'm going to explain what I'm using this for. So this is what I knitted the past few days, just a little bit. And this is like just a really small pouch, and I'm going to use it for me, actually, for our household. And I'm going to put soap scraps in this. Like sometimes we have like bar soaps we use to wash our hands, or we have in the shower, or we have like solid shampoo or solid like shower gel. And then if they're turning into really small pieces, it gets annoying to use them. But I'm gonna put them all in there, hang this in our shower, and then if you want to have some soap to maybe wash your body, you just make this wet and do it like this, and it's gonna foam up beautifully, and you can use it, and like that the soap scraps don't like go anywhere and you can use them without it being super annoying. So, and now I'm gonna look out for some more yarn. I think I'm gonna go with this wool. It says 3 to 4 millimeter needles, and I think these are maybe 4 and maybe 4.5, so I'm gonna try to knit up a swatch and then decide if that will work. But I think if I'm not stopping this video here, it's gonna be too long. So let me know if you're interested in seeing more of this content, and maybe I'm also gonna start like a vlog channel if the interest on this channel here is not too big. And if you want to watch something right now, I recommend you watch this video right here. It's the first video of this knitting business thing, and I hope to see you right there, right now. Bye!